Business plans are not relevant for entrepreneurs.
There are times that I've come across where a business either stagnates, or a business either plateaus, or a business starts dying down, or a business, doesn't show any element of growth. And I've had a business that has been in every single step that I've just mentioned. The 4 examples that I've just mentioned right now, I've been in a business that has actually shown those characteristics. So now I just wanted to talk about when you're building a startup, when you're considering a startup. I agree with Vusi Thembekwayo on this. Do not focus on first having a business plan.
When I started my first business, I went to the bank. I made the cardinal mistake of writing a business plan. I never should have. It was a waste of time.
A business plan is something that catches you along the way.
I believe a startup should not write a business plan. It's a terrible waste of time for the founders in the early stages of the company when they should be focusing on validating their business premises.
Yesterday, I watched actually a TED talk of an angel investor from Europe in the UK, right? And that gentleman actually said it bluntly and said, when you look up at angel investors across the world, you'll find that there are 2 types. There are those in the United States of America. Those types of angel investors say, we invest and we want our money back and then some.
American angels, very different. American angels just don't get it. There's only one reason I'm investing, and that's to make money. And that's cool.
And then there are angel investors in the rest of the world who make their income not from the investments that they make as angel investors, but through other avenues of their diversified portfolios. So there are those that make money through the stock exchange, through their investments, through real estate, through, their various businesses, their own businesses that they've started from scratch. And they make it through collective arts and cars and antiques and whatever it is that they enjoy.
They're looking to invest between 8 and 9% of their total wealth into equity deals, into angel deals. 92% of their monies is in stocks, bonds, portfolios, pension plans, gold, cars, whatever. That's the stuff that makes them their money. We assumed that people are investing in businesses to make money, and I assert that you would be wrong for the vast majority of angels, certainly in Europe. We're not talking about American angels here, we're talking about the rest of the world.
But they come into the angel investor space to actually help and assist businesses. And the key point that I'm trying to make about these angel investors is that the one thing that they don't care about is your business plan when you have an idea.
Making money is almost coming in at number 3. Number 2 is about altruism. It's about helping people and not making the mistakes that they've made. It's about helping people have a hand up. It's about ego, because 92% of them are male. It's some sort of weird stuff in there. But on the whole, it's there. Number 1 reason, the biggest reason that these people are looking to invest into businesses on the back of what they've seen as a business plan. The number 1 reason is, this is what gets me out of bed in the morning.
They don't care about your business plan when your business is only run for 6 months. Because they know that there is no single business in this world that on their business plan would indicate that year 1 and year 2 they are likely to make a loss. Every single business plan indicates that they are going to triumph, they are going to be unique in the market, they are going to grow at a rate that is unprecedented, and they are going to really change the space in which they are operating. And so they try to justify the numbers that they put forth in their particular business plan. But real investors, venture capitalists, angel investors, even investment corporations and organizations that exist within our country of South Africa. There are numerous state-owned and parastatal companies that are here to provide funding to youth, black-owned businesses and so on, and they want that business plan.
They say the NEF is broke while IDC no longer funds the property market. Banks require financial records from a startup. Again, they require financial records, but
Yes.
you're a startup.
Yes.
You're going into, how are you even supposed to win this?
I think
But believe me, you come up with a business plan that is 70 pages to 300 pages to 40 pages, whatever the case may be, pertaining to your business and the amount of literature and research that exists within your business.
What is it that you think you can garner from this 64-page document, 300-page document? I've seen business plans written in gold leaf. I have seen them on the back of fag packets, literally. I have seen 3 or 4 in terms of on beer mats, double-sided. They're just as valuable as I've seen a 500, 600-page business plan. Complete and utter nonsense. Every business plan that I have seen of the many, many thousands has 2 major things in common. One is that they will not be read. Who's going to read a beer mat? Who's going to read a 500-page business plan? The second thing that you can tell with any certainty is that every one of them that I've seen is wrong. Completely and utterly wrong.
But the projections that you put out there is not really what they care about.
By the time it's printed, by the time I've got it, it's wrong. What is the point of producing it? Does it make you feel good? Is that really where you're coming from? It makes the angel feel good because he's actually there.
They care about seeing the potential in the business, the passion that you have as a business owner. They care about your ability to grow and scale the business realistically.
Repeat that one more time for the masses, bro.
Realistically. How many people are you going to employ and how many lives are you going to change? Those are the type of things that investors actually care about. And yes, of course, they do care about the money that they get back. They do care about that. But your business plan is not the sole impetus for them investing in your business. That's why most of the time they want to see a business that has been operating for 2 years, for 3 years, and how that business has been able to withstand the challenges, obstacles that exist in the economy, in the country, in their market sector, in their niche sector.
Rather than filling in hours and hours and hours of filling in the business plan, just get on and make some mistakes. Make some mistakes, make 100 mistakes, learn from those mistakes, get on with the mistakes. That is what people want to buy into. People would much rather say, I have no idea how many mistakes I've made to actually be here today. I want to hear that. I don't want to know what might happen sometime in the future with a whole bunch of different variables. In my experience, angels barely look at the numbers that you come up with because they know they're experienced business people. They know that they're nonsense. They know that you have no idea what the numbers are. If you think you have an idea what your cash flow is going to be in 3 years' time, you are stupid and deluded, and you will never, ever, ever get funded.
Have they looked at their business as the fruits, the low-hanging fruits or the high-hanging fruits in the tree? Or have they looked at the business as the tree itself, as an income generator that will employ people, that will change lives and so on? So the business and key fundamental things is that a business plan is secondary, ladies and gentlemen. What is the primary thing? The primary thing is having a purpose for that particular business.
I have a 20-year plan. If I show you my business plan, it hasn't got one number. I never said to my people, I want to make $1 million profit. Never.
What value is the business idea that you have going to bring, not only in the market, but on a larger scale worldwide? Who are the people that you're going to be partnering with in that particular business if you're going to start up with a partnership? What core competencies are they bringing to assist you grow that particular business in the long run? What principles are they going to share with you from the onset? For example, when we opened EnviroSwitch, we said that 10% of our profit margins are gonna go towards community and society contribution before we made a cent. Therefore, we already knew that we had aligned core values and principles, and therefore our focus will not just be around money. You understand? You have to look at the viability of your business idea by actually researching other businesses that exist. If they are, is it a saturated market? If it is a saturated market, what's different that you are bringing in? How are you going to maintain that particular difference when you enter the particular business space? Because Nicolette Mashile likes saying that businesses are there aren't any unique businesses per se, or no new or unique ideas per se. You just have to look at an existing business, see whether you are passionate about it, and then actually iterate, and actually grow that particular business by actually improving and innovating and coming up with initiatives within that particular business space. You understand? So business looks at core things. If you want to be a millionaire in 3 months, and you're in a sector that even when you do your research, they build millions in 2 years, in 3 years, in 4 years, in 5 years, in decades, then be realistic with yourself. Go be a criminal rather, you know.
If I ask the 7.5 billion in the world today, what is success, they will say money. They will say money, the majority of them. If money is the only criteria of success, why don't we all become contract killers? Join the mafia, peddle drugs, be a politician. They never go to jail anyhow. I mean, it's safer. If you wanted to be a millionaire, you come to me right now and say, I want to be a millionaire. I said, okay, when? Tonight. The only thing you can do that is by doing something criminal. I will not do anything criminal, period.
Go be a criminal and sell drugs if the sole impetus of you opening a business will be around making millions from the outset. That's not how business works. And we've had to learn it the hard way. Through our various business ventures, we've had to learn it the hard way. Business needs you to be continuously motivated, continuously inspired even when times are tough. It needs you at times to make sacrifices that you otherwise would not have made. It needs you to be refocused and realigned time and time again so that you don't lose the bigger picture of why you opened the business to begin with. Business in and of itself needs you to have a constant commitment to it, to be reminded of it, to have a notebook next to your bed so that when you get an idea, you note it.
The next one is organization. I can't tell you how much better my life is, and anybody watching this will be, if you wake up every single day and you take 10 minutes. I have yellow notepads sitting all around my house. I got that from Bill Gates. Bill Gates built Microsoft at 17 by locking himself in a hotel room with 6 yellow notepads, and he wrote out the whole basic code for DOS and things that built Microsoft. Okay, he became the richest man in the world 18 years straight because he was organized enough to lock himself in a room and think through his day. And so what I try to do, and whenever I do this, I have a great day. Whenever I don't, I notice it. Be organized a little bit, 10 minutes. I actually have this little couch thing outside of my shower, and I put a notepad by it. I take a shower when I wake up. I walk over to that, I kind of sit there, and I just write out, I mean, it can be as little as 3 main projects you want to get done that day.
You understand? Or you have a phone that is light adjustable so that at night, when you actually pick it up, it doesn't hurt your eyes and distracts you from the idea that you've just had. Instead, it allows you to just promptly type that idea in and then focus and build on it the following day. You need to be constantly thinking about how are you going to change lives? How are you going to contribute? How are you going to add value? How are you going to build, capacitate and empower other people, other young people within that particular business sector that you are going into? So business needs elements largely of character and habit. Character and habit. Everything else then revolves around those two. Your core values, your principles, your integrity, your overall goal and objective and the overall vision that you have for the business. So let's not focus on business plans, let's focus on doing. And let's not just focus on doing, let's focus on doing smartly. Let's focus on really, on really building sustainable growth businesses. Listen to some of Vusi Thembekwayo's videos.
you have to understand the genesis of business plans. Business plans were created post the what was known as Black Monday, then the Great Depression in the US, specifically to allow large banks to lend money to large cash flow businesses. That's why business plans were created. That's why the first thing a business plan asks you for is strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. If you're in a new business which is dynamic, then those 4 things by their very nature are dynamic.
Yeah.
In other words, if 𝐷𝐿𝐼 𝐴1, and then I have 10 taxis, the strength, opportunities, weaknesses, and threats are very different even if I'm operating in the same routes because of the structure and size and nature of my business. So if you are an entrepreneur, my view is, and has always been, and I look at the entrepreneurs we've funded, that I've funded personally, that our firm has funded, who've succeeded and those who've not, is the business plan has not been relevant at all. When you write it, that 80-page document, 40 pages of which is financial projections, right? And you're going to make an assumption about gross margin, then go to the customer and say, I'm going to sell you these bananas at 30% gross margin, and the customer changes the price. That changes the entire plan.
Yeah.
So to be nimble and agile in new markets, which we're in, that
Why do agencies, and here's the gripe that I have, right? Why?
He'll tell you about the different types of businesses and how they actually are different in the type of value that they bring, and how they speak to the various stages of your business. You know, your business can be at startup, at survivalist, at lifestyle, and then at growth, you know, and then at a change the world, you know, change the world. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen. I've said a mouthful. But let's go out there, take our chances, open these businesses, and then change the world. Peace out.
Thank you for sticking around until the end. There will be plenty more business messages and insight and educational talks that are coming up. I'll be interviewing people in the business arena that are within my networks and circle so that we empower each other accordingly. That's why I've termed it Business Talk Thursdays. Business Talk Thursdays or Thursday Business Talk, whichever way you look at it, guys. But thank you. Kindly subscribe, share, press the notification bell so that you don't miss any other further upload. And again, thank you for sticking around. Remember, ultimately it starts with you.